Food and Liquor 2, The Great American Rap Album Part 1 by Lupe Fiasco. Food and Liquor 2 is the fourth studio album released by Lupe Fiasco. He initially began working on it when Atlantic Records pushed back the release of Blazers. He wanted to release it along with Part 2 as a double album, but Atlantic said no. Part 2 was canceled. The album's artwork is entirely black. He says it was a challenge to see if he could get Atlantic to do it. It was also inspired by Johnny Cash's Man in Black. The album debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and was nominated for a Grammy. How do we feel about Food and Liquor 2, The Great American Rap Album?
Yo, Lupe Fiasco.
Yes.
The Great American Rap Album. I was super excited when this album finally released. I couldn't really tell you how excited I was. Just know I was extremely excited. I think it had been like 4 years since he had dropped like an album. Wasn't in front of the people that came out right before this drop.
It was a minute. I want to say 3 years. I don't know about 4. Was it 4?
I don't know.
It was a long time.
It had been a minute, man.
Yeah.
But I turned this joint on. You open the album to Lupe's sister doing her poem. Always dope.
Yeah.
Strange Fruition, dope song. I really like the content there. I love him basically telling America, like, I can't just sit and subscribe to your ideals. You know, he said it in the opening line. I can't pledge allegiance to your past because I don't see no reconciliation with your past.
Yep.
And the only thing I'd say is, like, Lupe uses that whole scheme where he equates certain things to body parts. He does that a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
And it was dope, like, the first couple times you hear it, but now it's just kind of like, we know you could do that.
Yeah.
Rose's Hot Towels, like one of my favorite Lupe Fiasco songs ever. It's super dope.
I wish it was bigger than it was.
I don't see how it didn't. I don't think they picked it as a single, but that joint is straight crazy.
Yeah.
I love how he does the Black Bear poem at the beginning of the joint. Freedom Ain't Free Around My Way. Like, man, I had to look up a lot of the stuff that was talked about on his album. Like the Audubon Ballroom, I didn't know what the fuck that was. I had to look it up, and that's basically where Martin Luther King was assassinated.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X was assassinated. And I was just like, yo, like, Lupe, that's the type of artist he is. Like, you gotta literally go and Google shit.
Yeah.
You know, Trail of Tears and Planned Obsolescence. Like, these are things I didn't know what they were before, you know, Lupe Fiasco did this album.
Right.
But Around My Way, one of the dopest songs done by Lupe Fiasco. I like how they redid the Pete Rock and CL Smooth Reminisce beat.
Yeah.
They reminisce over you. Bitch Bad, great song.
Mm-hmm.
Great song, great concept, great content. It sits there and makes you think, man. The Audubon Ballroom, I like it. I don't like the hook. I think the hook was lazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, the hook was definitely lazy.
Okay.
Lamborghini Angels, I like the beat. It was weird when I first heard it. I like the content. I like when Lupe does songs like this, when he kind of, you know, hits you with the mind fuck. Put 'em Up, I like the hard ass beat. I like the lyrics and like the metaphors. It's crazy in this song.
Yeah.
Heart Donor is cool. How Dare You is cool. Battle Scars, I like Battle Scars a lot. And then Braveheart is another one of those songs where it's just like, yo, this beat is hard.
Yeah.
And then Pooh Bear just gave that hook just something else that it needed.
Yeah.
Form Follows Function, I like the idea a lot. And like, I wonder if he really freestyled that joint, because like the whole idea is for him just to start and just go and then work his way out.
I feel like he did.
I'm pretty sure he's definitely capable of it.
Yeah.
Cold War, yo, that beat is hard.
Sickest beat.
That beat is so hard, and Jane Dollar made that hook sound so crazy, eerie, and man, like I can see like when he's talking about, you know, while I'm looking at this, while y'all listen to this album with nothing on the cover, I imagine that he hovers all over. Yo, that shit is crazy, man. I love the visualization he put in my head on that.
Right.
Unforgivable Youth is a dope song.
Yeah.
I like it. It kind of gives me the vibe a little bit of American Terrorist Part 1.
Yeah.
Like with the Indian chants and stuff like that in there, which is really dope. Hood Now, I love it. It's a nice, dope vibe. And Go to Sleep.
Classic.
Kill Me, I don't really care for that song.
What?
Yes, I don't care for Go to Sleep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like Go to Sleep like that.
Sleep
it's cool.
Is classic, man.
It's cool. But overall, I like this Lupe Fiasco album. I give this joint a C plus.
What?
Yes.
Bro, what are you talking
give it a
about,
C
man?
plus. I felt like the middle of the album should have been arranged differently.
What?
And the girl songs, it's just too much in one spot. You know what I'm saying?
That was a common talked about subject.
Yeah, and then
I know.
and then not only that, he
The
could
ladies section.
How Dare You was dope, but
Mhm.
I could have did without it. It's not like Lupe's done stuff like that way better. Heart Donor is cool. I like the lyrics so much, but I'm not a fan of the beat. You know what I'm saying? And
C plus though.
C plus, man. It's a solid, man. I can't be Lupe Fiasco biased all the time, man. I can't get everything Lupe do with A, man. How you feel about it?
Yo, when this album dropped, man, I was geeked. I remember the exact moment I was listening to this album. I was playing Jet Set Radio. It was the remake. They had released it on PS3, I think, or Xbox. I forgot which I had at the time. But man, I was just so geeked, man. And when Strange Fruition came on, I'm like, yo, Lupe's back. Then when Roses came on, I'm just like, man, this beat, I played that song over so much. It's just something about how, like, you know how you get those songs from artists that ain't been in, like, dropped their album in a while, and they come back attacking you with something. That was it. Like, he was just basically murdering the track. Like, man, that song is classic to me. Around My Way, I remember there was controversy around the song because Pete Rock said that Lupe didn't get permission to use it and all this other stuff. I was so mad when that happened because it was just like, yo, he's playing homage to you, you know, the song and everything, and he's talking about real shit on it. And it's just like, yo, why would you get on somebody like that? But I know that's old news and everything, but at the time, I just really hate that happened because I thought that was a good respect, you know, paid to the artist or whatever. Audubon Ballroom, I love his flow on it and how he just like, I don't know, it was just something about he rode the beat on that song that was just really in a Lupe-esque way. I loved it. I kind of feel what you're saying about the hook. It could have been better, but I understand why he did it. And I just know because, you know, around that time, wasn't Watch the Throne out around that time or something like that? Because he said he was mad because he was like, people at like Kanye concerts and everything, and Kanye would allow, say, oh, you can say nigga tonight and stuff like that.
Yeah, Lil Wayne said it before the concert.
Yeah, so that's why I loved it, because it was just kind of reminding people like, hey, you can't say that word. So I'm like, oh, it was dope. Bitch Bad, that video he made for the song is classic, man. The whole song. And I know there was a time where he said he regretted making the song because it was there was an interview where he was like, I regret making it because of how it started these conversations and everything like that. I gotta look it up, but I was like, why? Because, you know, it promoted a conversation that needed to be had, and I thought that was really dope. Lamborghini Angels, crazy. I love it. Put 'em Up is dope. Heart Donor, I don't really mind much. I just thought that the hook could have been better. You know, just saying I'm a heart donor and all like that. You know, it could have been something a little more creative. How Dare You, I thought was cool, but in context of the album, I thought it didn't really fit. Battle Scars is a dope track. I love the collaboration with Guy Sebastian. I thought it was dope. Form Follows Function, I just thought was just pure Lupe, man, just going off on you. Cold War, like you said, that beat is just ridiculous. The stories that he's telling you behind it, I mean, how can it not hit you? It's really dope. Unforgivable Youth, I love the picture it paints, especially at the end where, you know, they basically uncover, you know, the White House or whatever like that. I thought that was pretty dope. And Hood Now is just a dope, really, really dope outro. I thought it was dope. And I don't know what this man talking about. Go to Sleep is a classic Lupe track to me. I love it, man. I just love everything about it. But I would give this album a B+. I thought it was fire, man. Lupe came back with an album. Only thing is I didn't feel like it held on par with Food and Liquor, you know, the classic, but I thought it was a great album, especially after Lasers came out, which I didn't hate or nothing, by the way. But, you know, it was just a great follow-up back to the Lupe that we were all familiar with.
I love Lupe Fiasco. Don't y'all idiots think I don't, that don't like my grade. Sorry. Yo, you looking for TV reviews, music reviews, movie reviews? But check out the only reviews that matter, man.
Yeah, just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notifications and stay tuned.